Hi and welcome to another video on the Casio CTX 3000, and in this video I'm going to show you how to record your own rhythm from scratch. So as you know, on the CTX 3000 you've got 50 user rhythms that you can program, and on the 5000 you can program 100 rhythms, and of course you can save those onto a USB memory stick as well. So there's lots of room there for you to create your own rhythms. I'm going to go through this in a very simple way, but again, this keyboard's got a lot of surprising features and functions, and you can go much deeper into detail than I'm about to do. So the first thing to do is to find a user rhythm that's free, that has got no data in it. So if I go to 294, this one, although it's not been named, is probably got something already in it because it's just called no name, and then some of these other ones have got some data already in there. So I'm looking for one that says no data, so we know that's completely blank. And this one here, 309, has got no data in it, so that's the one we're going to use to program this simple rhythm. So I've got some ideas in my head what I'm about to do, but we'll have to just see how it progresses. So the first thing to do is to press a function button, hold it down, and then you're in the rhythm edit mode. It says edit. It says 2 drum, 2 is flashing, and we're on variation number 1. And we're just going to be programming a simple rhythm idea into variation number 1. If you want to carry on, then we'd do another one into 2, 3 and 4. We'd need to do the fills as well. We'd need to do the introduction and the ending. But I'm just going to go and record into variation number 1 for the moment. So at the moment it's set on drum, so I might as well program the drum. The first thing you need to do is press the registration button number 8. And it just says menu followed by element. If I do that again, it says menu element. Now what we need to do is to press enter. And here we've got measure. You can change the number of measures using the wheel, and you can go right up to 16 measures, anything from 1 to 16. If I use the left and right buttons, you can also change the beat. You've got up to 22 different options for beats. I'll print in the description what all these numbers mean, but if we just put it on 3 for the moment, that's going to mean 4/4. Okay, so we've set the number of measures. We're going to have one measure of 4/4, and now what we're going to do is to change the tone, or set the tone for this drum track. So we're going to press the tone button. I'm going to press the number button here. And now I'm going to type in the number for the drum tone that I want. You can only program drums and percussion into the drum and percussion tracks, so 1 and 2. I'm going to use this drum machine tone for my drum track, and that all looks good. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a short press on the record and stop button, and it says empty. So we know that this track is empty. And now I'm going to do a long press on the same button, and it comes up with quantize. We looked at quantize in one of the other videos as well. And again, there's several options here of quantize. The ones you'll probably use, you'll either use number 1, which is off. Number 2 is quarter notes. You might use that, but you'll probably use more often than not number 5, which is 8th notes or quavers, and number 8, which is 16th notes. So let's put it on 16th notes. We can exit from there. Now what we can do is press the start and stop button, and we're into record mode. We've got a pre-click, the metronome is on, and the beats are counting away here. Remember, we're just going to record one bar. And it's on a loop, so it's just going to keep going round, and you can do one part at a time. So I've done like a little hi-hat part there. And a little sort of electric tom-tom track there. And then I'll do a little snare drum track. Notice that it's velocity sensitive. If I make a mistake, you can hold down registration button number 2 and then hold down the note that you played. So at the moment I'm clearing or deleting that snare drum, so I can put it in again or do it slightly differently. Okay, so I'm quite happy with that. Now I'm going to press the stop button to stop the recording. So I've recorded my drum track. Now let's have a go at recording a bass track onto number 3. So that means press the part button, press number 3 on the keypad, and then press the part button again. So the red light goes out. Now we're going to press tone, and I'm going to select the tone that I want to use. So I'm going to press number, followed by the tone number. I'm going to use this synth bass. Now remember that we need to program this in the key of C, and then when you play chords on the keyboard in different keys, it will just adjust to those chords and those keys. So I'm playing in the key of C. The other thing you can do, which is really neat, is that I can use the pitch bend wheel in the recording as well, and that will get saved in. So again, let's have a go into record. So it's a short press on the record button. It says it's empty. Record is flashing. Now it's a long press on the record stop button. I could change the quantize here if I wanted to. So let's change it to quavers so that it's a bit easier to get the notes right. You can also change the tempo as well, slow it right down so that you can be more accurate in your playing. And here we go. I'm going to press the start stop button. We'll get the little pre-count, and you'll hear the drums, and we're in record mode. And then when I'm ready, I can play the bass part. And then I press start and stop to end that recording. It's a shame that those tom-toms can't be tuned. They don't quite work in the key of C, but they're okay. So we'll keep going. Now I'm going to record another part. So that means press the part button so the red light comes on. Now we're going to be recording some chord parts. So number 4 is chord number 1. Press part again so the red light goes out. Press tone, and then number, and then I'm going to select my tone. I'm going to go for an organ sound, which sounds quite nice. It flips around from left to right in the headphones. And again, a short press on the record stop button. It shows that it's empty. And then a longer press. And again, I can change the quantize if I wanted to, so let's change it back to 16th notes, which is number 8 quantize. Press start and stop. Here comes the count. You can hear the other 2 parts. And now I'll record my chord part. Okay, and that sounded good, so press start and stop. And now I'm going to record another chord part, so press the part button. Chord number 2, which is 5 on the keypad, press the part button. Press the tone button, and then the number button. And now I'm going to use a string tone. Let's go for 226, which is bright strings. So it's sometimes nice just to have a pad, a kind of single note, or maybe a chord that's just playing for long notes. So let's try that. Short press on record stop. It's empty. We're good to go. Long press. We can change the quantize if we wanted to. Let's change it to a value of 2 so that it makes sure that the notes are on the quarter notes. I'm just going to be doing long notes anyway. Press the start stop. Here we go. It doesn't matter that I played for more than one bar. Let's try that again. Then I stop. There we go. Happy with that, so I'm going to press the start stop button. Let's do one more chord track. So press the part button. Go for number 6, which is chord 3. Press the part button again. Tone, number, and let's do say a voice tone. Okay, and short press on the record stop button. It's empty. And now a long press. Going to change the quantize back to 16th notes. Press the start stop button. Might just have a listen a couple of times through this and decide what I'm going to play. Press start stop and we're all done. Now I'm going to press exit. It says, do you want to exit? So I have to say yes. Do you want to write? I'm going to say yes. And now we've got the beginnings of a new rhythm. I've only just recorded variation 1. All the other variations, 2, 3, 4, the fills, the intro and the ending, all need still to be done, but we've made a start. And we might want to name this as well. And to name, it's a long press when you're on this screen of the record stop button. You'll see rhythm name. Press enter and the cursor's flashing over the first character. You can use the wheel or the plus and minus buttons to change the character. So let's have a go at that. And let's give it a name as well. You've got characters, different types of characters. You've got uppercase and lowercase as well. And you can delete using the delete button, and you can use the left and right buttons to move along the line. I'll just call it Joe. That's a good name. And when I'm happy with that, I can press enter. Are you sure? I say yes. And now let's exit. And you can see that user rhythm 309 is now called Joe. And let's have a listen to variation number 1. I'm going to play, first of all, I'll play a C chord. Let's have a listen to kind of the original. And of course we could change the tempo if we wanted to, if we wanted just to up the tempo a little bit. Change the chord. And these blank ones actually is a good way of creating space within your music as well, you know, like a little break or a little stop in the music. So for instance, if I start us off with variation 1 and then go to variation 2, we end up with a blank bar. We'll put a fill in, it'll sort of cut the bar short. So I hope that was useful, and thanks for watching.